What if the soft, gentle colors you used to love are now quietly making you look older? It's something most women over the age of 60 never think about. How color affects not just your style, but your energy, your glow, and even how people see you. I first realized this when Jane, a vibrant 67-year-old small business owner from Atlanta, told me, "I always wore pink because it made me feel feminine and sweet. But lately, when I looked in the mirror, I felt like I was fading into the background." Jane is not alone. Over the past 10 years, working with women in their 60s, 70s, and beyond, I've seen how certain colors we once relied on, start working against us as our skin tone, hair color, and body change with age. And here's the truth. It is not about fashion trends or keeping up appearances. It is about finding colors that reflect your natural beauty today, not who you were 20 or 30 years ago. In this video, I'm going to walk you through 5 colors that may be secretly aging your appearance. And more importantly, what to wear instead to feel brighter, more confident, and seen again. We will explore color stories from real women just like you, women who made small, thoughtful changes to their wardrobe and felt a powerful shift in how they looked and how they were treated. Before we dive in, I would love to know, where are you watching from? Drop the name of your city in the comments, and let's celebrate the beautiful wisdom of women across the country. Now let's begin with a color many women adore, but one that might not be doing you any favors anymore. Baby pink. 1. Baby pink. Let's start with a color many women are naturally drawn to, baby pink. It feels soft, sweet, and feminine. For years, it may have been your go-to color when you wanted to feel pretty or polished. But as we move through our 60s and beyond, that once charming pink may no longer be flattering. In fact, it could be doing the opposite. I want to introduce you to Jane Smith. She is 67 years old and a business owner from Atlanta, Georgia. She told me, "I've always loved pink. It reminded me of springtime in my younger days. But lately, every time I wore my favorite light pink sweater, I just felt dull, and people stopped complimenting me." Jane's story is common among women with mature skin, especially those with deeper or darker skin tones. Baby pink, though gentle in theory, often lacks the strength and contrast needed to bring out the natural radiance of aging skin. On darker skin tones, it can create a gray or ashy effect. On fair skin, it may highlight redness or unevenness. For those with silver or white hair, it can wash out the vibrancy and leave you looking tired rather than refreshed. But here's the good news. You do not have to give up pink. You just need the right kind. Jane made a simple switch. She started wearing deeper, warmer pinks, like coral, rose pink, and raspberry tones. She said, "When I tried on a coral pink blouse, my daughter looked at me and said, 'Mom, you look amazing.' It was like I had found the light switch for my face." These richer pinks do something that baby pink cannot. They bring life and warmth back into your complexion. Coral pink adds a bit of orange, which pairs beautifully with olive, brown, and golden skin tones. Rose pink has just enough depth to flatter fair and medium complexions. And raspberry pink offers a beautiful contrast that enhances silver or gray hair rather than dulling it. When choosing stronger pinks, pay attention to fabric as well. Look for materials that reflect light in soft, flattering ways, like silk blends, crepe, or even a finely knit cotton. A coral pink blouse in a light reflecting fabric can instantly make you look more vibrant and polished. If you are not ready to fully commit to a bold pink outfit, start with an accessory. A rose pink scarf, a coral lipstick, or even a statement necklace in a warm pink tones can lift your whole look. Remember, pink is still your color. It just needs to grow with you. Let it reflect the woman you are now. Confident, radiant, and full of life. Up next, we're going to talk about a color that many people think is neutral and safe, but it might actually be making you disappear. Let's take a closer look at faded beige. 2. Faded beige. Now let's talk about a color that seems safe, classic, and easy to wear. Faded beige. It is often considered a staple in many women's wardrobes, especially after 60. But here's the truth. What we call neutral can sometimes be the very thing that makes us blend into the background. I want to share the story of Maria Rodriguez. She is 75 years old, a retired teacher, and a proud grandmother living in Miami, Florida. For years, she believed beige was a sign of elegance and simplicity. She told me, "My closet was full of beige blazers, beige sweaters, beige pants. I thought I looked put together. But one day my daughter said, 'Mom, why do you always wear colors that make you disappear?'" That was a turning point for Maria, and maybe it resonates with you too. The problem with faded beige is that it often matches too closely with mature skin tones. Instead of creating contrast and structure, it can flatten your natural glow, making you look washed out or even tired. For women with silver or white hair, beige can dull your hair's brightness. And for those of us carrying a little extra weight, as many of us proudly do, it offers no shape or definition. It becomes a color that hides rather than highlights. But here's the beautiful fix. You do not need to leave neutral tones behind. You just need to warm them up. When Maria began wearing rich camel, honey beige, and warm sand tones, her whole appearance changed. She said, "It was like someone turned on the lights. I looked alive again." These warmer neutrals add depth and richness to your look. They work especially well for Hispanic, Asian, and African American skin tones, but they also flatter fair skin when chosen carefully. Look for fabrics with texture and dimension, like a camel-colored cashmere sweater or a soft sand-toned blouse in silk. These add visual interest and give your outfit an elegant, structured look. If you love wearing neutral colors, try combining multiple warm tones in one outfit. A layered look with a camel coat, a sandy blouse, and tan trousers creates a monochromatic palette that feels polished and modern without feeling flat. And don't forget the accessories. Gold jewelry, scarves in warm tones, or even a brown leather handbag can instantly elevate your neutral outfit and bring warmth to your overall appearance. So no, you do not have to give up your beloved neutrals. You just have to choose ones that reflect the richness of your life, your story, and your beauty. Coming up next, we're going to take a closer look at a color that seems bright and cheerful, but might actually be draining the energy from your face. Let's talk about pale yellow. 3. Pale yellow. Let's take a moment to talk about a color that most of us associate with happiness, sunshine, and springtime: pale yellow. It's cheerful, soft, and feels like an easy choice for warmer days or special occasions. But as we get older, this delicate shade can quietly start working against us in ways we don't always notice, until we see ourselves in photos and wonder why we look so tired. That's exactly what happened to Linda Chen, a graceful 72-year-old grandmother from San Francisco, California. Linda grew up loving yellow. In her culture, yellow symbolizes prosperity, celebration, and joy. She told me, "When I was younger, wearing yellow made me feel happy and lighthearted. It reminded me of family, tradition, and brightness." But then something changed. A few months ago, Linda wore her favorite pale yellow sweater to her granddaughter's graduation. She was excited to be there, surrounded by family, taking pictures and celebrating. But when she looked at the photos later, she was surprised. Her skin looked dull. Her face seemed tired. "I didn't feel that way inside," she told me, "but in every photo, I looked like I was fading." And that's not uncommon. Pale yellow, while beautiful in theory, often doesn't provide enough contrast for mature skin. Whether you have fair skin with pink undertones or a deeper complexion with golden tones, this light, muted yellow can blur with your skin tone instead of highlighting it. It can make uneven pigmentation more noticeable, and it tends to wash out the natural warmth in your face. Even for women with gray or silver hair, pale yellow can make your hair look flat or ashy instead of sophisticated and striking. On fuller figures, pale yellow can also present a challenge. It's a shade that lacks structure and visual weight, which means it doesn't always define your shape in a flattering way. Instead of accentuating your silhouette, it can make you appear less polished, almost like the color is blending into the background rather than making you stand out. But here's the exciting part. Yellow doesn't have to go. In fact, it can be one of the most stunning and uplifting colors in your wardrobe when you choose the right shade. Linda decided to try something new. She started experimenting with richer, warmer yellows, mustard, amber, goldenrod, and even deep marigold. The difference was immediate. The first time I wore a mustard cardigan, she told me, my neighbor said I looked like I'd just come back from a vacation. I hadn't changed anything else, just the color. These deeper yellows work beautifully on mature skin because they offer warmth and presence. They complement the undertones in your skin rather than competing with them. Mustard yellow is especially magical. It carries the same joy as pale yellow, but adds a grounded richness that flatters almost every complexion. For women with fair skin, it brings warmth. For those with medium or olive tones, it enhances natural golden hues. And on deeper skin tones, rich yellows like amber and gold absolutely glow. When choosing yellow, consider the fabric too. Soft knits, silks, or woven materials with a bit of texture or sheen can add depth to the color and elevate your look. Linda found that a mustard yellow knit cardigan became her favorite go-to piece, easy to dress up or down. She pairs it with navy pants for a smart, polished look, or with white jeans for something more casual, but still vibrant. If you're not sure about committing to a full yellow outfit, try it in smaller pieces first. A scarf in golden tones, a mustard handbag, or a pair of amber-colored earrings can add a pop of warmth and energy to your look without overwhelming you. Once you see how it lifts your face and brings light to your eyes, you might just fall in love with yellow all over again. So don't let pale yellow dull your shine. Choose yellows that reflect the confidence, strength, and joy you carry with you every single day. You deserve colors that make you look how you feel, alive, radiant, and full of purpose. Up next, we're going to look at a color that many of us wear because we think it's slimming and sophisticated. But after 60, it might be doing more harm than good. Let's talk about matte black. 4. Matte black. Now let's talk about a color that nearly every woman has relied on at some point in her life: matte black. For decades, we've been told that black is slimming, sophisticated, and timeless. And while some of that is still true, there's something we need to reconsider after 60. The black that once made you feel powerful might now be making you look tired, and you may not even realize it. Let me introduce you to Patricia Miller. She's 68 years old, a retired high school teacher from Chicago, Illinois. She told me, "Black has always been my safety net. I wore it to work, to dinners, to just about every event. I thought it made me look thinner, more pulled together." But a few months ago, Patricia attended a family reunion. She wore her favorite all-black outfit, a matte black top and slacks, and expected to feel elegant and sharp. But when she saw the photos afterward, she barely recognized herself. Her words were, "I looked dull, like the life had been drained out of me." Here's the thing. As we age, our skin naturally loses some of its natural glow. It becomes softer, more delicate, and often more uneven in tone. That harsh, flat black especially in matte fabrics, creates strong shadows that exaggerate every fine line and hollow on the face. It can make under-eye circles appear darker, skin look ashy, and silver or gray hair seem less vibrant. The contrast that once gave you definition now creates a kind of visual harshness that doesn't flatter mature features. This is especially true if you have fair skin or light eyes. But even women with olive or deeper complexions can find that matte black dulls their skin rather than making it shine. And for fuller figures, solid black clothing can sometimes feel like a wall of color. It flattens your natural shape and makes it harder for your silhouette to feel dynamic and elegant. But here's the beautiful truth. You don't need to give up black, you just need to wear it more intentionally. Patricia decided to make a few changes. She swapped her solid matte black tops for items in charcoal gray and rich navy blue. She said, "It was amazing. I still felt like myself, but softer, more alive." Charcoal and navy offer the same slimming effect that black is known for, but they're far more forgiving on mature skin. They give enough contrast to feel structured, but not so much that they overpower your natural features. If you still love wearing black, and many of us do, consider choosing fabrics with a subtle texture or sheen. Think silk blends, fine knits, or even a little lace. These materials reflect light gently and add movement, which can soften the overall effect. A black blouse in a flowing crepe fabric will always look more elegant than a stiff matte cotton one. Another great tip? Break up the black with color near your face. Patricia now wears her favorite black blazer with a rose-colored scarf or a soft ivory blouse underneath. That little touch of warmth near the skin makes all the difference. It lifts her features and brings her complexion back to life. For women with silver or gray hair, adding a strand of pearls, a gold necklace, or even a brightly colored brooch can beautifully balance the depth of black and restore some of the light that matte black takes away. And let's not forget about navy blue. It's often overlooked but truly magical for women over 60. Navy carries the same elegance as black, but with a softness that flatters all skin tones. You can pair it with ivory, camel, or even a jewel tone for a timeless, flattering outfit that feels refined without being harsh. So the next time you reach for that all-black outfit, pause and ask yourself, is this adding to my energy or taking away from it? You might be surprised how much of a difference a small color shift can make. Coming up next, we're going to take a look at one more color, one that seems crisp, classic, and clean, but may be secretly draining your glow. Let's talk about icy white. 5. Icy white. Let's close this journey with one of the most classic colors in any wardrobe. White, clean, elegant, timeless. For many women, a crisp white shirt or a bright white sweater has been a go-to for decades. But after 60, that same icy white may no longer be the best match for your skin, and it could be quietly washing you out rather than lifting you up. That was exactly the case for Sarah Johnson, a graceful 70-year-old grandmother from Boston, Massachusetts. For years, Sarah prided herself on her polished, preppy style. She told me, "I had a drawer full of white button-down shirts. They were my signature look. I felt sharp, professional, and pulled together." But then her daughter gently pointed out that every time she wore white, she looked tired. Sarah didn't believe it until she saw it for herself in the mirror. That once bright color seemed to drain her face, make her hair appear dull, and highlight every little shadow. And she's not alone. As we age, our skin tone naturally softens and changes. Whether you're fair-skinned with pink undertones, deeper toned with golden hues, or somewhere in between, bright icy white can create a harsh contrast. Instead of brightening your face, it emphasizes fine lines, dark circles, and uneven pigmentation. And if you have silver or gray hair, that high contrast icy white can actually compete with your hair's natural shimmer, leaving it looking flat or even slightly yellowed. For women of all body types, icy white can also be unforgiving in photos and in person. It tends to reflect light in a way that sharpens instead of softens, which can make you appear more rigid or worn than you actually feel inside. It's the clothing equivalent of standing under fluorescent lights, harsh, bright, and unflattering. But the solution is not to eliminate white altogether. It's simply to find the right shade of white, the one that supports your glow instead of stealing it. Sarah discovered the magic of warm whites. She started replacing her icy pieces with soft ivory, creamy off-white, and pearl tones. "It was amazing," she told me. "When I wore a warm ivory blouse, people asked if I had just come back from vacation. That never happened when I wore plain white." These softer whites create a gentle halo effect around your face. They reflect warmth, not cold light. They're especially flattering on mature skin because they blend more naturally with changing tones and help blur imperfections instead of pointing them out. When shopping, try holding the garment near your face in natural light. If it brightens your eyes and smooths your complexion, that's your shade. Natural fabrics like cotton, linen, and cashmere in warm white tones are not only flattering, but also more breathable and comfortable on aging skin. Texture can also make a difference. A white lace top, a cable knit ivory sweater, or a blouse with subtle patterning adds depth and visual softness. And layering these pieces with camel, soft rose, navy, or dusty lavender tones creates an effortlessly elegant look that suits every occasion and every body type. Sarah now wears her favorite pearl tone blouse under a camel cardigan with a gold pendant necklace. She says, "I feel like myself again, just a more glowing version." So, if you've ever looked in the mirror wearing bright white and felt that something was off, trust that instinct. Try a warmer version. You might be amazed at how it transforms not just your look, but your energy. Now that we've explored all 5 colors, let's wrap up with a few final thoughts to help you take what you've learned and bring it to life in your own wardrobe. Bonus: how to find your best colors at home. No stylist needed. Before we wrap up, I want to leave you with something simple, practical, and powerful. A way to start discovering your most flattering colors right at home, no stylist required. Here's a truth many women forget. Your skin will tell you what works. You just have to listen and look. Here's how to do it. Go to a window where you have natural daylight, not artificial lighting, and not fluorescent bulbs. That's key. Natural light shows true colors. Grab a few pieces of clothing from your closet in different shades. A soft ivory blouse, a bright white tee, a coral scarf, a charcoal sweater, a dusty rose shirt, anything you have in warm or cool tones. Now, one by one, hold each piece up under your chin and look in a mirror. Watch carefully. Does your skin look brighter or duller? Do your eyes pop or sink back? Do shadows and lines soften or become more noticeable? Trust what you see and feel. If a color makes your face look energized, even without makeup, it's likely a keeper. If it makes your skin look blotchy, ashy, or tired, it might be time to retire it or wear it farther away from your face, like in pants or accessories. This tip works especially well when trying new colors. Start small. Try scarves, jewelry, or tops in those rich, warm tones we've talked about today, like mustard, rose pink, camel, or ivory. These small changes can make a huge difference in how you feel and how others see you. And most importantly, don't be afraid to play. You've earned the right to experiment, to reinvent, and to wear what makes you feel like the most radiant version of yourself. Because the best color in your wardrobe isn't just what flatters your skin, it's what lights up your spirit. Now that we've explored all 5 colors, baby pink, faded beige, pale yellow, matte black, and icy white, and discovered what to wear instead, I hope you're feeling inspired to take a fresh look at your wardrobe with new eyes. But more than that, I hope you're reminded of something truly important. Style is not about chasing trends or hiding behind clothing. It's about showing up as the woman you are today, wise, vibrant, and beautifully evolving. Color is a powerful tool. It can either drain your energy or lift your spirit. And with just a few thoughtful changes, you can create a wardrobe that reflects not just your outer beauty, but your inner light. So here's my gentle challenge to you. This week, pick one color we talked about, just one, and try a warmer or richer version of it. Hold it up to your face in natural light. See how it makes you feel. Trust yourself. You'll know. And I'd love to hear from you. Which color surprised you the most today? Was there a tip that really resonated? Share your thoughts in the comments below. Your experience might be just what another woman needs to hear. If this video brought you insight or encouragement, I invite you to subscribe for more style tips made for your wisdom years. On this channel, we don't just talk about what to wear, we talk about how to feel good in your own skin at every age, because beauty doesn't fade, it deepens, and you, my friend, are just getting started. Until next time, take care of yourself and wear your confidence proudly.